Main event. WWE title street fight, Cody Rhodes and John Cena. And for one night only, James, John Cena locked the fuck in. He turned the fucking clock back. It felt like 2017. For one night only, John Cena's pro wrestling instincts kicked in. He felt like he was good with the contact. He had the crowd eating out of his hand. Physically, he came to play. He didn't look like some old man wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
I had no complaints about John Cena in this. This is the best John Cena match in years.
Like since 2018? No, 17. Just like 2017.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like this is like
this was easily the best match of SummerSlam, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It went 37 minutes, and it was like Cena was like, "I'm gonna leave it all out on the table. Like this might be his last big stadium main event. We'll see what the future holds for him." But he went out like a fucking G in this one, and it was like, if that was like, you know, if we talk about an old Western, and you got one more bullet in the chamber. This is a bullet in the chamber game for John Cena, where it was like that man was a walking corpse. I love how they admitted the heel turn fucking flopped, and then they were like, "Yeah, we got Brock coming in, so we about to hastily just say there ain't none of that shit happened." And I want everybody.
Another disaster of kayfabe storytelling.
I want everybody that tried to say that this was the greatest heel turn of all time and all this other shit they were doing when this shit first happened. And then you remember, me and James came on here after that first interview. And even the turn where I was like, yo, this shit's comical. Like, it's not like, this is not the tone. Like, the tone was incorrect.
Right.
And then,
it was fucking hilarious.
And then the promos didn't fucking match the first 2 weeks, and we called it after the first week. I was like, no, it's not fucking working.
Rich, I think you're not giving yourself enough credit. You did that way more than I did. You were the one pointing out this shit is not on point. I was more just like, I'm listening to you, and the way you were describing is like, yeah, you know what? I agree. You need to pat yourself on the back because it was more you than us on that one. Yeah.
It's just something that just felt wrong because it felt unplanned, and we can see it was now. And it felt like there was no roadmap, which there wasn't. And there was no fruit to pull from that tree because it just didn't come at the right time. And they didn't have the right opponent. They didn't have the personal stakes to it. They had a retirement run set up. So, like, just to do it, it just reeks of bad Paul Levesque booking. Like, in what do you know? He turns back, when he makes his entrance, it goes into black John Cena, and then you see all the colors show up. This crowd fucking loses it, and it was like, this is the fucking guy who should have been all fucking year, and telling him to go out there and try hard and, you know, do whatever. But they fucked it all up.
Rich. John, both of the Johns that had the belt this year in the top 2008 promotions, respectively. Why did you say, you know what? I'm going to be a shitter for most of my title reign. And then when it's time to hand the belt back off, then I imagine you remember how to fucking wrestle again.
Incredible.
Bro, remember what Kendrick Lamar said at the beginning of Euphoria, them super powers get neutralized?
Yeah.
These two John niggas, John Moxley and John Cena, when it's time to hand the belt back in that match, all of a sudden the powers all come back. Kryptonite is gone. The sun, the yellow sun rays come back to Superman, and they just them again. And it's like, where the fuck was this? Why did I have to watch this bullshit?
Yeah.
What is going on? Why are these people out thinking themselves? Why does everyone say they gotta be a uncool heel, and their idea of being an uncool heel is having matches that no one wants to see, and everyone's fucking miserable? I don't get it. You can be entertained, or you can have entertaining matches while being a shitty heel. I mean, or while being an unlikable, uncool heel. I saw Daniel Bryan and Bryan Danielson do it. Both in WWE, both in AEW. It makes no sense to me why people keep coming to these conclusions that the way to get people to want to be into the title change when I finally hand the belt over is to make them wish that they were not watching me.
And James, they wanted him to win this match. They were booing Cody.
Yeah, that too.
So Cody Rhodes wins it, and then they try to pull like.
Dude, we need to talk about the. How many was it? How many AAs did he kick out of?
Bro,
I know it was over 5.
He must have kicked out.
I saw the number was 8. I was like, I don't remember it being 8.
Like he kicked out,
but I know it was over 5.
That nigga kicked out everything. Yes. So they set up like a faux passing of the torch moment or whatever, and I saw a lot of people like framing it like that. I'm like, wait a second. Y'all skipped a few niggas, bro. Like this, no. And I saw like people like, Hogan and Rock and Cena. Now Cena and Cody. I'm like, where the fuck is Roman Reigns? Where the fuck is Stone Cold Steve Austin? Like there was other niggas, in this or whatever. So, but and also,
I saw people. What I saw was point was like how many people were like, how many torches does Cody need to be passed? I was like, I don't know. How many times did they try to coordinate Roman Reigns from 2015 to 2024?
That's true.
That was okay
true.
though, right?
But with Cody, like, this nigga's 40 already. I guess that's the new name of the game. Like
if all the main eventers are 40. You know.
Then, Cody Rhodes gives John Cena the stage. Crowd's cheering for him, and you want to say, "Damn, they worked hard." They had a nice main event. Cody Rhodes is champion. It's like, all right, whatever. It's Cody. I'm not really excited about Cody or anything, but all of a sudden,
I am. Cody's been the most consistent thing in WWE's had like since the pandemic. Like. He constantly comes out there, works really fucking hard. I was talking to that conversation with Marcus, explaining like the difference between AEW and WWE, and how WWE has like handled business with people since AEW's like existence.
I think I'll go with Walter, I was like,
okay, that's fair enough. And I was just like, I was explaining to him like there's just a different ethos between both approaches. Like people that are in the WWE and like when they got back on 2023 and 2024 is like. They're used to watching. They've only ever watched North American pro wrestling, or they only ever watched WWE because there was nothing else. So they're used to being scammed, and they think that's a part of it. As opposed to like you watch good matches or whatever else that also have the drama and the intrigue of the post match and the result stuff that happens as well. So I explained to him, and he was like, "Oh, so like AEW is like the go hard promotion, right?" I was like, "Yeah." And I explained to him why Cody has been so successful. It's like because while he was always a try hard. There were guys that were just more talented than him in AEW, but now that he's in WWE and they're not the go hard promotion, him trying at his normal effort seems like he's motherfucking like he's fucking Kabashi or something. So like he's such a try hard, so the stuff he does over here gets loudly applauded, while in AEW is like, cool, you're like the 5th hardest worker in AEW. It's just different. Like what Ospreay or Takeshita does in a match is one thing. Cody has set himself on fire with goo on his back to make sure he don't get burnt up to try to keep up. Like, so now he's in WWE and it's like, yeah, he's the guy because he's just from a different, he was he was in a tougher division. He was in the SEC, if you will.
He did say in that interview that he felt disrespected in AEW prior to his exit, and I saw many people wondering why Cody Rhodes insists on talking about AEW still. This is part of the rollout strategy for WWE. They send him up to the ringer. Bill Simmons is going to ask this. Bill Simmons clearly did not want to ask any Vince McMahon questions. He chose AEW to ask about. But the way Cody has sold this one, he sold it more than
can we explain the Bill Simmons part as far as like the ringer and Bill Simmons and him being a producer of WWE documentaries on Netflix?
He's playing very nice with them. He's playing very nice with them, and essentially is in the pocket. Along with like the Ringer Podcast Network, they're like another arm of this shit. So
Cody, who used to have Rosenberg, who is now does the pre-show shit at times with with WWE. Yeah.
He said, in the end, the way that I see it is, if I ever felt disrespected at WWE, that's one thing. That's a company that was built. That's the Yankees. You fucking Mark. That's the flagship of it all. If I ever felt there was, if I was a number on the sheet, maybe. But feeling disrespected at something I built with my friends that we built, feeling disrespected there, I wouldn't stand for it. He keeps bringing this stuff up, and I'm going to crack some shit open. I've decided. Fuck it. What's causing all this, and you're going to keep seeing this in the release that's coming up, is this AEW fucking book that's coming out. The hardcover joint, and it has, a bunch of people that were integral to the beginning of the promotion, like Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho, Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, The Elite, couple other people. But Cody Rhodes is not on the cover of that. Cody, I don't know that he is familiar with the story context, but he was under this impression that he was written out of the book. He definitely is not on the cover of the book. And with Cody Rhodes has communicated his displeasure privately with Tony Khan about not being either on the cover. I don't know if he knows the contents of the story, because who knows what the contents of the story are at this point, because the book's not out yet. Cody keeps bringing this stuff up for a reason. It's that book and whatever's going to come from that, and the who's getting all the credit for all this stuff. This is why he harps on all that stuff. And what has happened with that is the beginning of Tony Khan beginning to tell the story about AEW in his image. This can not only, Cody Rhodes might not be the only one that will eventually have this complaint. So if you want to just bang on Cody for that, be mindful that this could easily happen to somebody else.
5-10 years from now, it can be Kenny Omega, it can be the Young Bucks as well.
Yeah. So while Cody, I think we all kind of think, all right, you got whatever kind of credit for this or whatever. He feels like he was entitled to more at this point. I don't know, who exactly did what, but people talk very highly of him when he was there. But at some point, you would think he would kind of move on. But I guess this is like the thing. It's like, bro, they were putting the fucking world title on him. He was beating John Cena. And, bro, what were we talking about when this show ended? Not Cody Rhodes. And what he had to do in this, he threw this thing out there. It's showing that he's still bothered by this. But it's kind of legitimate, if you're off the cover of that book. But that's why. We kind of, we had a weird, schedule, so we couldn't get it in real time. But I definitely want to talk about that. Cody Rhodes communicated his displeasure with Tony Khan. So what happened here was it's going to keep happening.
So the thing for me, while hearing that and understanding, also frustration with that is the part where it's I can empathize with you up to a certain extent. And my extent is the company will be going into not the company. The AEW Dynamite will be going into its 6th year in October. You have been gone from AEW for what at that point in time will be 3 years. You've been gone for half of this company's existence. Why do you need to be on the cover? Why do you pine to be on the cover?
Ego.
Yeah. I was trying to make it rhetorical, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like you made the choice, to dip, and whatever happened with that, and there are stories about that as well, which.
And it was the right decision for him at that time to dip, because he had burned the territory down.
There are things I'm not at liberty to say about the Cody Rhodes departure, but I think the most interesting things of the Cody Rhodes departure are the fallout from it, from some of the things we did see. And one day, hopefully, I'll be able to talk about that. But a lot of people got big pushes, for certain reasons. So, we'll keep it going.
Are you saying the zero sum game for attention and positioning, and once one person leaves, another person can fill that power vacuum?
Not quite. What I'm saying is
Okay.
like people are specifically chosen to justify things. So
Okay. Okay.
after that, though, let's wrap Cody up. We'll send him to the back because